Pakistan's leaders warn India of war. Shehbaz Sharif is angry. Bilawal Bhutto issues nuclear threat to India. LAT terrorist confesses they are planning something big. Why are they rattled? Watch what India said at the United Nations on Indus Waters Treaty.
Our position on Indus Water Treaty is well known. It defies logic that a state which exports terror as an instrument of policy continues to demand the privileges of cooperation predicated on goodwill and friendship. Instead of coveting Indian territories, Pakistan would serve itself and its people far better by putting its own house in order.
Delegations from Pakistan are traveling across the world trying to build support. But here's the big question. If Pakistan's case is so strong, why is the world largely refusing to intervene? And why is Islamabad suddenly sounding so desperate over a treaty it once believed India would never touch? Let's cut through the rhetoric and understand where India-Pakistan relations go from here. For decades, India honored the Indus Waters Treaty. It survived wars, it survived military standoffs, it survived repeated terror attacks. Despite everything, India never walked away. Then came the Pulwama attack. It shook India. Public anger spilled on streets, and many believed India would suspend the treaty. But New Delhi didn't take the drastic step, and the treaty survived. It was then that Pahalgam finally changed everything. The attack on innocent tourists became the tipping point, and India decided enough was enough. For the first time since the treaty was signed, New Delhi placed the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. Pakistan immediately accused India of weaponizing water. But here's the irony. Water has always been more than just a natural resource. It's a strategic asset. And Pakistan's real concern isn't that India has discovered water diplomacy. It is that New Delhi is finally using a lever Islamabad never imagined it would pull. For years, Pakistan believed India had very little room to influence river flows because Indian projects on the western rivers were largely run-of-the-river projects. Then, reality hit hard. After devastating floods, Pakistan began noticing something unusual. River flows had become less predictable. Sudden releases were creating problems. And that's when Islamabad realized something very important. Even without massive storage dams, India possesses the influence over the timing and management of water in ways that could hurt Pakistan. And the bigger problem? Pakistan doesn't have enough reservoirs to store surplus water or effectively manage erratic releases. That is what has truly alarmed Islamabad. And now, India has announced upgrades to existing projects and new works on the western rivers without referring them to Pakistan under the current framework. From Pakistan's perspective, that's the strategic shift. Pakistan didn't stop at rhetoric. It launched a diplomatic campaign. Its leaders traveled abroad. International conferences were organized. Social media campaigns were amplified. Politicians repeatedly warned that India was violating international norms. But those efforts didn't attract the attention Sharif's government expected. The World Bank, which facilitated the treaty, has stayed away from stepping into the dispute. There seems to be no international pressure on India so far. Even Pakistan's legal victories in certain forums haven't changed India's position. New Delhi maintains that those bodies lack jurisdiction over the matter. So despite the speeches, despite the warnings, despite the lobbying, Pakistan has struggled to generate meaningful global momentum. India's position today goes far beyond water. New Delhi argues that a treaty built on the spirit of goodwill cannot survive if one side continues to support cross-border terrorism. And here is something worth noting. The Indus Waters Treaty remained in force through wars. It remained in force despite repeated terror attacks. Yet, terrorism never stopped. So the argument that the treaty by itself guarantees peace simply doesn't hold any water. India's message is clear. The treaty can return to normalcy only when Pakistan dismantles the terror infrastructure directed against India. Until then, business as usual is over. Pakistan may continue lobbying the world. It may continue issuing threats. But perhaps what it needs most right now is some honest self-introspection. Because Islamabad may not just be confronting India's new water strategy. It may also be confronting the consequences of a self-inflicting crisis. And if Pakistan continues to choose confrontation over course correction, the Indus Waters Treaty may no longer be just about water. It could redefine the future of India-Pakistan relations. And that's a wrap from my side. Thank you so much for watching, and I am Tamanna Akhtar signing off for Times Now Digital. Until next time, take care and keep watching this space for more such videos.